I'm assuming I'm live. Here's another Garfield collection stream. The last one I did was 2 years ago. Let me straighten out the camera. No, the camera's fine. Okay. After the last Garfield gathering here in Rhode Island, I had a very modest Garfield collection. I wouldn't have even. I mean, it was a collection, but I wouldn't have called myself a collector until after that first Garfield gathering. Then I like almost probably more than like tripled it in size or something like that. I picked up so much stuff there. And I'm happy to say, and I think I can confidently say this, I think I've around doubled it with this year's Garfield gathering. So hopefully that made all the travel struggles I went through worth it, because there were quite a few. I think I talked about that on some of the Daily Sweet Talk videos recently, which I've been forgetting to do. But anyway, no one cares about that. Here for the Garfield collection. So let's get to it. How many? I think I said so. So before we begin, last time I did this, I said try to guess how many I have. So last year, or how many items I have in my collection. Last year, I predicted there would be 112. It ended up being 79. So this year, I'm gonna stick with 112. I think that's what it went up to, but I honestly don't know. It's probably more than that. Leave a guess, and we're gonna figure out if that's right. I didn't prepare something to mark it down on. But I do have my folder from the Garfield gathering right here. Already the camera's getting blurry. 106, that's a good guess. Tad in the chat guesses 106. Tad, how many items are in your Garfield collection? I would like to know that. Have you been cataloging? Where am I gonna write this? Let me open my drawer. And then we will get into it. There's already like logs of stuff here. Okay. Here we go. Yeah, that's the thing, is it gets separated. So I might gather all the stuff I have after this stream, since half of it is like right here. Try to gather what I have. Some's in the kitchen, some is but most of it I could probably gather. So I might try to finally. I'm wearing my. Oh yeah, so I'll start with that, because I'm wearing some of the items already. So we have 79. I'll write that here. 79. Correct me if that's not the right number to start with. Yeah, I would count the Garfield word search books. Word seek. Yeah, they were the word search. Yeah, I would count those. Yeah, disposable merchandise counts as long as you keep it, which is something we're gonna get into. But so I think 79 is the starting number, and that's around correct. So real quick, well, this shirt I'm wearing, this is from this year's Garfield gathering in Clarksville, Indiana. I keep saying it was in Louisville because that's where the hotel was, but I mean, it was a little bit around Kentucky. So there you go. The shirt is one. I like that it's tie-dye. That's cool. Here's something I get. Because I think if it was just the shirt in the hoodie. By the way, here's the hoodie. I'm not counting it because it was in last year's stream. I'll put it on though, even though it's a little warm, just to complete the look and to have something to put some of the pins on. Let me know if the audio is okay. I don't know if I can fix it, but if it's not, but This is what I get. I think completes the look, and what I get a lot of compliments on the look because of it. Although people do compliment the hoodie, this hoodie or the other one, which is in the living room right now. I got these pants since the last Garfield collection stream, and this kind of completes the look. Unfortunately, the socks, I don't know if you can see, they're just pineapple socks. I still don't have any Garfield socks after all these years. The thing about it, that if I got socks, they would just get dirty. Maybe I should keep my floors cleaner. I don't really know how. Yeah, I really like these pants, but they're like the only really nice pants I have. Otherwise, I just get like jeans or something that's like, can stand any environment basically. But these are nice dress pants. I just wore them out, and I was walking past some like scene ravers or something. I don't know. They're wearing like Adventure Time and Invader Zim merch and stuff, and a lot of them wanted to take pictures with me with the hoodie and the pants and everything. And here we go. Here's another thing. Shoes. So I still don't have Garfield shoes. I still don't have Jim Davis shoes. The Jim Davis shoes I designed. The type of shoe I wanted, they don't even sell anymore, but I still do want to make that design with the different Jim Davis pictures on every side eventually. But I would need their permission. I need to write to them or something. So these are the Garfield bow biters. They're not new, but these laces are new, and I will show off some more of them later, but they're very thick laces. They were hard to get in there, and I had just bought new laces before. The thing, these are good shoes because they are durable. Durable is the word I was looking for the pants. These pants are probably not durable. In fact, the button fell off. Oh, here's another new thing I forgot to show off: the belt. Not really a fan of this. Not really a fan of this belt either, in terms of everyday use, but it does look nice. A good like Garfield buckle belt would be good. One check for the laces and the belt. But yeah, I had to like force them through the holes of the bow biters, so I can't really take them off. I put these on the last day of the Garfield gathering, and I can't really take them out now. So my shoes are just like a little bit looser now. But they're easy to like slip on, so that's good. I'll show this off since my drink's resting on it, where I guess we're going in a semi-random order. And this is the stuff I don't know whether to count, but I'm just going to count it anyway. I think last year I said it was because Roger Bumpus, Squidward's voice actor, says they have one of the biggest SpongeBob collections, and they count like fan art that they're sent. So I might as well count like Garfield Gathering specific merchandise, like the shirt. And this was like a granite. I don't really know what this is, but it's a coaster, and it's got the logo from this year's gathering on it. Here's some pins. I think last time this was the only pin I had. It's a good pin. A few people at the gathering had it last time, I think. Well, before the pins, there's another Garfield Gathering logo thing as well. I'm not sure what this is. A Christmas ornament, maybe? Did I count that? I think I counted that. Yeah. So just, yeah, this. So here are all my other pins, starting with, I think this one I already had, but I'm pretty sure I didn't show it off. I would have remembered if I did. I watched through the last year's stream on double speed to make sure I don't repeat anything. It was like a 2-hour stream plus, I think, but I want to make sure I don't repeat anything, so I watched through it, and that was a big chunk of my day today. So this is a pin I found on Etsy with Garfield kicking apart a swastika and thinking "fuck off and die, bastards," and it says "Good night, white pride." Maybe I made a choice not to show this off last time because it is kind of controversial, not because of the anti-Nazi stance, but just having Garfield. Well, Garfield's swearing for one thing. I don't know. It's kitschy. I like it. But I do fear that, I mean, they're kicking apart the swastika, but it does still have a swastika on it. So I'm worried that it can get misinterpreted. So there is that. If you're not looking close enough, then you can't see that it's like cracked in half. But you know, easy enough to explain. I don't know why they made it with Garfield, but no, Garfield did not swear. You're lying. Oh, this. Okay, well, hang on. I'll get to that. This is just a pin I got from Hot Topic. Never trust a smiling cat. Should I put these on? It'll take a minute, but I think that was what I was doing last time, like putting on all the accessories as I went along. And that's the only reason I put on the hoodie. What word did Garfield say? What swear word did Garfield say, Tad? Was it just like bleeped out? This was the pin from this year's gathering, and I like that they have these enamel pins because it takes work to make compared to, you know, the button pins. Oh, Tad, I think, linked me the. Yeah, it's bleeped out. It's like oh, there's a word for this type of cartooning, cartoony. Tad, can you look up? It's called like grackle or something. There's a word for when swear words are censored with like stars and exclamation points and stuff like that. It's a comics term. I can't remember, but anyway, this is this year's Garfield Gathering pin with the logo on it again. Ouch. Grawlix. Thank you. The thing about this hoodie compared to the other one, I feel like there's not as much space for pins without covering up the design. And with both of them, I'm just kind of worried about putting holes in them, but I guess that's a sacrifice for pins in general. Oh, and that reminds me. Well, yeah, I'll get to this after the pins and this next thing. This is the pin from the last Garfield Gathering, which I didn't get because I didn't. Well, I didn't get until this year because I didn't have the bag last time. Unfortunately, one of the things just broke clean off. One of the pin parts, so it will be kind of crooked, maybe. But yeah, this is the one from the Rhode Island Garfield Gathering, the 19th. This year was the 20th Garfield Gathering. And the next one, for those curious, is in Branson, Missouri. I think that's okay for me to say. It wasn't officially announced, but I've just been telling everyone. I got stopped at the TSA because I accidentally put a Snapple in my carry-on, and they're like, "Oh, my kid loves Garfield," and I was like, "Come to the next Garfield Gathering." This is probably my favorite pin I picked up from. Oh, wait a second. I'm missing a pin. I'll probably find it eventually going through this stuff. It wasn't with these ones, but there's another pin. Yeah, I should come across it at some point, but there was one other pin I got in a bag. There was a bag of enamel pin. I think this is called an enamel pin for $5. Anyway, this is a McDonald's Garfield pin. And I saw there were like 2 of these. I got one of them. Great find. Did I mark off? I think I didn't mark off those last 4. I'm gonna get no 5, I think. I'm gonna lose track at some point, but whatever. Close enough. Here's a really nice necklace I found. Backwards. But this is another thing that kind of, I like finding just more and more accessories I can wear together for the Garfield look. And it's a little small. It kind of looks like a choker a little bit, but I love it. Garfield just hanging down. Nice colors. I'm very happy with this one. But the McDonald's pin and the other pin that I can't find right now, but I will mark it down when I get to it, because I should probably find it eventually in everything here. It was in a bag of 5 pins for $5. I did room hopping this year at the Garfield Gathering, which is where people just have. There's the swap meet that they have on the last day, where people have tables and you can go to the different tables and people are selling merchandise that they've collected. They have a lot of. See, I would never. I didn't have my room open to sell stuff, because people will sell stuff out of the room every night. But obviously, I don't have enough extra stuff. What I have is what I want. I'll talk a little bit about more about that later, because I do have 1 or 2 things that I probably could part ways with. But yeah, the room hopping, there were some great deals with that this year. I think, because by the time the swap meet happens, this is already a little crushed. By the time the swap meet happens, I think people have already sold a lot. So it was good going to the rooms and getting a lot of good deals through that. And especially there's one person who didn't have a table set up, I don't think. No, they didn't. Because they had so much stuff they were selling, they just had it open, their room open every night. And they didn't go to any of the events or anything. They were just there to sell everything. And by everything, I mean they were selling their entire Garfield collection. Probably one of the biggest. Well, I don't know. I don't know that. It just seemed like a lot, because it was they literally brought everything they had, pretty much, I think. And we're selling it out of multiple rooms in the hotel. It was like it went out into the hallway. It was insane. And by the last night they were selling everything for 25% off. So a lot of this stuff I got was from that room, because it was literally their entire collection, to the point where, and I'll get to this item eventually, but there was literally, I was looking through my wish list and seeing what can I find from this list, and just ask them about it, and they'll probably have it. And they did. This necklace, a pin. Okay. This, I think, was the bag that stuff came in this year. There you go. I might start using this. I don't know. My current tote bag is getting a little ratty, unfortunately, because I do really like it. But that's the price you pay for having merchandise that's good for everyday use. It eventually no longer is. Here's some clothing. I'll start. I think this is the only, other than this shirt, this is the only shirt that I haven't shown off yet. I showed all my other shirts off in the last stream 2 years ago. I finally got one of Wyatt's Neon Genesis Evangelion Garfield shirts. So there you go. Shout out to Wyatt. And I saw someone wearing one at the gathering as well, although it was not an official copy. It was not an official bootleg. I'm not sure if I marked off the bag. I'm going to assume I did. This is a beanie I got for either Christmas or my birthday this year. This past Christmas birthday. They're like the same time, pretty much. Within a month of each other, so. Now I have a hat for when it's cold, as opposed to all my other Garfield hats, which are warm weather. You know, there's my hat collection back there. But I only had one Garfield hat. Here it is, the Garfield Tupac hat. I'm not counting it because I showed it off last year. Since then, I got this really nice Garfield corduroy hat. This is like a corduroy design here. The button is corduroy too. This is a really nice hat. In fact, I'm going to put it on right now. I love the brim and everything. Very, very good hat. Who made this? Dumb Good. I get Dumb Good confused with Dolls Kill, who made the pants. I've heard some not good things about Dolls Kill. I don't even remember what they were, but I bought the pants before that. I kind of want another pair, but I will refrain from buying it. At least maybe secondhand. I don't know. They probably don't even sell them anymore. But one of the rooms this year had like a box of hats for $5 each. I think it was $5 each. So I got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 different hats here. No. Wait. Huh. Yeah, I have 6 more hats here. There's also a Garfield Gathering hat. I think that's it there. So there's 7. Yep. 7 new hats. So I almost tripled my not tripled, whatever you call adding another third. Or half. I don't know. Half of what I already had, I have again of my hat collection. Eventually I'll probably just do a stream of my hats because I have so many of those now. But this was this year's Garfield Gathering hat. This one, Weekend Warrior. If you remember that Tad from the Create with Garfield game, this is, I guess, I've seen this on a lot of merchandise now. So this is like a thing they have on a lot of Garfield merchandise, the Weekend Warrior thing. This is a really good one. It's got the Garfield logo on the side, and it's got a sleepy pajamas drinking coffee Garfield. Probably one of my favorite designs out of this bunch. I don't know. There's some really good ones here. Really good images on the hats. This is 3. I need to mark them off. This one says Got Coffee. Not an official Got Milk collaboration, I don't think. Not really a fan of the colors on this one. It almost looks like a trucker hat, trucker cap, and I don't really like those. but it's not quite a trucker cap. It's not like mesh on the back, so it works for me. This is gonna be uncomfortable soon. This is a weird one. It looks at first, it looks just like that first hat I showed off, just without the corduroy design, and it feels a little bit cheaper than that. It feels like kind of plasticky. Oh, there's a little medallion thing on the back too, with Garfield's face on it. But I like the face design here. Very very prickly the way it's sewn in. And then there's this weird like flap, and I was like, what's it won't come out? What is this? And then I looked, and there's like electronics inside here, and this whole sewed design in the front is all like each thread is connected to a wire, so it all lights up. But I need one of those square batteries. So there's this literally like electronics inside this hat. And it was sold for like the same price as all the others. Unfortunately, I don't have one of those square batteries on me right now. But that's very interesting. I'm excited to see how this looks. It's not a very comfortable hat at all, but it's neat. This one says, let me remove the sticker. This one says, remember the Alamode. I like to imagine that they literally sell this at the Alamo. Oh, this this is a Garfield Gathering hat from 2009. This is one of their best designs. I thought this was official actually. Maybe it is. Maybe they just put one of the like an official Garfield art on this one. You can kind of tell with some of the newer designs though. It's like well, here. Like you can tell, well, like the way the hat's on and stuff. That's not like an official Gary Barker piece or something like that. If you know, you know. But I love this. Remember the Alamo? That's great. Ice cream, Garfield. It's a bit of a loose fit. Probably went through the wash. I don't know. Same with this one. The lake. What is the lake? I don't know. But it's a Garfield Halloween hat. Vampire Garfield Ghost Hunt. I love that too. I'm gonna have to take some of these off eventually, but we'll keep them on for now, cause whatever. I don't think I'm gonna count these, but there's a Olive Garden placemat here that they gave us. Kids menu. Yeah, I'm not gonna count the kids menu. Ooh, are the smoothies at Olive Garden any good? There's like a peach smoothie. I can kind of go for that right now. I'm not gonna lie. And this was the auction paddle this year. I'm not gonna count that either. We're gonna get back to this folder eventually because there is some stuff in here that'll save for towards the end. Yeah. One more piece of clothing here. I got some really nice pajama pants, also Halloween themed. I've been wearing these. Comfortable. Got Garfield on them. Got costumes on them. Got candy corn on them. It says "Gimme Candy." These are like the perfect pajama pants for me, and I'm going to wear them like every night if I can. And I've been needing pajama pants too. Oh, and here's a pen. It does not have Garfield on it. I don't know if I should count this, but it says Garfest 2024. I'll let the chat decide, aka Tad. Tad, does this count as Garfield merchandise? I'm not gonna mark it off until someone tells me yes or no definitively. I need more of a drink than that. What next? I got a stack of some stuff here, so I'll go over that. I'll save this one for later. Hopefully I don't forget. I won't. Sure. Okay. We will count the pen. Here's a CD. It's wrapped up, so I'm not going to open it right now. But I will open it eventually because I've never heard it. I bought it because I didn't know it existed. This is Garfield Top 15 Silly Songs for Cool Cats, narrated by Garfield. I don't think these are even like gonna be really Garfield related songs. I think they're just. I'm not sure where Garfield comes in. I assume it's Lorenzo Music. Although this is from 2007, so maybe it's Frank Welker. When did Lorenzo Music? There's the other Garfield album, which I have on cassette. If this was made in 2007, it's probably like Frank Welker. But I'm interested in hearing what's on here. My head actually feels heavy now with these hats on. What else? Here are some of the WordSeek books that I've been getting from the store. They're like $6 each. What I'll say about that is I'm not necessarily paying for all of them. That's as much as I'll say about that. But I do have here volume 173. I didn't start noticing them until volume 173. I got volume 173, 174, 176, 180, 185, 186. My store doesn't stock them consistently, and I don't see them consistently. And I also have I'm not going to count this, but I have an extra of volume, I believe, 186. I have an extra of that one, which I've been using. And then when I was at the gathering, they had a few of the early ones. When are these from? I only got one, but I got the first one. So I have the first Garfield's WordSeek books. For those who don't know, these have nothing to do with Garfield. Like even less than the Garfield joke book does. They literally just have a few pictures of like normal in the corners here. There has to be a copyright in here. 2013. So these have been going for like a decade. And they're 100 in, and there's no signs of stopping. They have like Peanuts ones now, too. I gotta take these off. My neck's starting to hurt. Okay, so how many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I thought I would have more by now. To be honest. Oh, and here's another CD-ROM. Comic book maker featuring Scholastic's comic book maker featuring Garfield. Yet another Garfield comic maker. Since it was for PC, I thought I'd pick it up because I could probably find it emulated online, but it wouldn't necessarily run. So it's good to get a physical copy just to make sure, because sometimes you need the physical copy for these games to run. Or you don't need them, but it helps. Makes it easier. which is why I also got the CD-ROM for Garfield 2, the PC Garfield 2 game. With there's the classic model of Garfield there that you'll see in like Gary's mod and stuff like that. 3 fun and unique playable characters in a story. Who are the playable characters besides Garfield? I can't imagine you play as Brecken Mayer. I don't think I counted that yet. Okay. Finally, for this stack of discs here, there's some more that we'll get to, but I mentioned in the last one that I had volumes 4 and 5 of Garfield and Friends, which is the seasons, I think. I don't know what they're called volumes, but I've had volumes 4 and 5 for a long time. And finally, I saw the person who was selling their entire collection, they had one of each season. So I was like, you know what? Fine. I could have gotten 4 and 5 too and gotten better copies than the ones I already had, but they were kind of expensive. And I literally spent, especially because of that room where they were selling their entire collection and the deals were still good on the final day, which is when I picked these up, I think. I literally spent like everything I had. I didn't have enough money to travel back, and someone had to bail me out because I missed my bus and they wouldn't refund my ticket. So someone had to bail me out. That was a pretty bad situation. I spent all my money on Garfield merchandise. But anyway, I have seasons / volumes 1, 2, and 3 of Garfield and Friends finally. So I have the whole series. I don't know if they have they released the seasons of the Garfield show on DVD? I'm not sure. And here's a really nice puzzle that I was concerned about picking up at first because it was taking up so much space, but eventually I got so much stuff that was already going to be more space than I had in my luggage that I was like, fine, I'm going to get this thing that I can't really compress it all or it will ruin the box. I love it. It's got Fred Flintstone vibes. This is like Fred Flintstone in season 1, episode 1 of the Flintstones, if you know what I mean. If you know what I mean. This is a fantastic puzzle, in my opinion. Some Garfield bandages. Garfield show has DVDs, but don't think they've done full season DVDs. Yeah, that tracks. Typical of that sort of show. I had Peanuts bandages I got from the Dollar Tree. These are from Dollar General. Garfield bandages. I imagine Family Dollar. No, Family Dollar is the same thing as Dollar Tree. Same company. Dollar Tree, Dollar General, Dollar. I don't know. Five Below. Five Below probably has Dilbert bandages. These are pretty simple. I can't really show them off without opening one, but you can see a little bit on the side here. I think they all look like that. I prefer the Peanuts bandages I have, to be honest. I'm not going to mark these off because they're disposable and I'm going to get through them eventually as I use them as actual bandages. And I doubt that I'm even going to save any. I probably won't even save the box because it is pretty like already beaten up a little bit. And they're just bandages. They're like $1 and they're not that old. So I'll probably get rid of them eventually. I'm not going to mark them down. I'll just use them as I have them. This was one of the best things I got from the room of someone selling their entire collection. And they had a whole bucket full of Garfield umbrellas. They were also, so at the Garfield gathering, they have Garfield bucks that they give out if you win certain games and things like that at the events. And there were bins that you can cash out your Garfield bucks and get stuff, which is how I got the Volume 1 Garfield Word Seek book. Garfield Word Seek's book. There was an umbrella on one of them. I was like, oh, I gotta save up 25 Garfield bucks or whatever to get that umbrella. And then I saw the bucket full of umbrellas, so I was like, oh, even better. And I have more selection here. As you can see, it's got a Garfield handle. That's already perfect, although I'm worried about damaging it. But this even just another accessory. I feel like I have to use this. I'm gonna have bad luck here, but I want to show it off. Beautiful colors. It's a little small, but you have Garfield and Odie. That's the design that it has on both sides. It's got purple, pink. Gorgeous. All right. What else? I'm not sure how this got in here. This is not Garfield. It's orange. But it's more along the lines of normal, I think, in terms of personality. So we will put it on the floor. Not Garfield. Get out of here. This was interesting to get through airport security. I didn't. It was not a carry-on, but I was worried because I left the battery in and I left it ticking, and they were saying something about not putting batteries in your luggage. But I guess they meant bigger batteries. But even still, it's a ticking clock at the airport. Like it's on. I don't know if that's the right time. No, it's not. It's not the right time. I'll set it eventually. I might have gotten a little scuffed up in transit as well. But as you can see, as the time goes by, the pictures change. It's like the Garfield scale I got last year in the auction, which is just gorgeous. So this was once I started really, like, I got enough stuff that I knew I was gonna have trouble fitting all in my luggage anyway. I was like, I might as well get this. That was at the point where I was like, all right, I'm just gonna get stuff that I don't have room for since I've already run out of room. Which is why I also picked up this nice Garfield's Cafe metal plate thing. Just a gorgeous design. Garfield in a little suit, nice like pastel cafe colors, big plate of burgers and fries, drinking a lemonade, I think. Gorgeous. I love it. I don't know what I'll do with it, but I did actually fit everything in my luggage though. Somehow. I don't know how I did it. And if I if I had caught my bus, it would have been a pain to carry it all around. But I literally was able to get it all so that I had 2 suitcases. Because okay, here we'll get into this now. I brought 1 suitcase. It was a horrible old-fashioned style suitcase. I brought 1 suitcase with me, and as I was traveling, it was like really hurting my hand as I was walking through New York. I was stuck in New York overnight because I missed my bus, and my hand was like red because it was so whatever. This is not a travel diary, but anyway, I needed more room when I was at the Garfield gathering, so I bought a new suitcase, a second suitcase, and this is probably one of my favorite things I got. There were a few with this design, 100% pure Garfield, but this, the blue and purple here is really pretty. The pink Garfield logo. 100% pure Garfield. And as you're about to see, that's what's inside of here. But anyway, as I was leaving, I had the suitcase I brought. I had the Garfield suitcase. I had my backpack, which was full. And there's a rug back there, which I'll show off in a bit. All the plushes I got, I had wrapped up in the rug. And it was precarious. But the only thing the only thing I wasn't able to fit on my person in some way or in the luggage was this bag of nacho flavored pop chips from the Garfield movie, which I won from the centerpiece on one of the nights. I talked last year about they do like a lefty righty game. They tell a story that has the words left and right in it a bunch, and it goes from person to person, left, right, and how I won like all of those, I think, last year. This year there were like 3 and I won twice, so I don't know how I always win the centerpiece things. I won the centerpiece for the first night. I'll talk about that later. I traded it though, but I'll talk when I get to the thing I traded it for. I will talk about that. But one of the centerpieces had this mug in it, again with the logo on it. So there we go. And it also had these chips. Now I was thinking I would open them now. I don't think I'm going to be able to keep this bag. I don't think I tried to see if I could do that trick that because I also collect snack packages. And in fact, here's the other Garfield snack package that I have that's new, also for the Garfield movie, and I went out of my way to get this. This is one of the Garfield branded Stouffer's lasagnas. I got it. I cooked it. It was awful. I ate one slice. I couldn't finish it. I eat like a Stouffer's frozen dinner every week, but their lasagna is not it. Their mac and cheese is good. The lasagna I could not eat. I'm sorry I bring dishonor to Garfield's name, but no, it's Stouffer's that brings dishonor to the name of lasagna. But I'll mark that down. It is disposable, but I'm keeping the box. So this I'm not sure. So some of the snack collectors that I follow have a trick of for keeping the wrappers of these sorts of things. I don't really keep chip bags because they are hard to preserve, but sometimes for stuff like that they'll use like a blow dryer to heat up the glue, open it easier. I tried that. I'm pretty sure the way this is sealed that won't really work. But I'm gonna open it right now. And probably not keep it because it's just full of cheese dust that's going to be hard to clean out. I can already see it's ripping a little bit. I try not to keep snack wrappers that I'm not going to be able to keep clean. Because I don't want to be that type of hoarder. All of the stuff that I showed off in the last Garfield stream is literally the last Garfield collection stream is literally just sitting in a pile in my living room because I don't have my stuff organized. So I'm already that type of hoarder. I don't need to be collecting stuff that's gonna attract mice. I have better sense than that. I'm not. I do collect snack packages, but I keep them clean for the most part. Or I try to anyway. So if I don't think I'm going to be able to keep this clean, I will just throw it out, unfortunately. I am trying to open it carefully though. And so far I think I am mostly successful. Maybe I can just wash it off. It's not a completely clean rip. Oh, this is what you don't want right here. See how that's like transparent now? Some of the paint. It ripped in a very ugly way. Or the the design's coming off on the. Oh, that's all right. I don't think I'm gonna keep it because that's just ugly. Most of the chips are all like crushed, so I don't even want to. They're just crumbs. I don't really want to. I'll try one. I do. I do like snack break segments in my other streams, so this will be the snack break segment for this. How about that? I'm trying one of the nacho flavored pop chips with the Garfield movie branding on them. Just a tiny bit too spicy for me. And even if it wasn't, the pop chip, the actual pop chip itself has kind of just like not a kind of stale taste to it. I don't think it is stale, but it just kind of has a stale taste to it, aftertaste. Not a fan. Not a fan of pop chips. All right. Let's see what else we have in this suitcase. Why am I stuck? We got a Frisbee from, I feel like Carrot Top right now. I guess they have orange hair like Garfield. Frisbee from I also got this from the Garfield Bucks bins. Frisbee from the 2007 Garfield Gathering in West Palm Beach, Florida. This is the 9th Garfield Gathering. Maybe I shouldn't have thrown it like that. It is a Frisbee though, but it didn't land on the grass or anything. These are just my old sunglasses. They broke in the luggage, but that's okay. They go back together pretty easily. But these are not new. Oh my god. The frames are coming out too. I think I put it on upside down. All right, I'll put these back together later. Because oh my god, I thought I actually just broke it there. Here's something good. Or particularly good. Oh, look, there's a little Garfield on the back. This is a. I don't know. It's not sun damage. I don't think it's just the plastic's kind of old. No, it's not sun damage. The book looks like it's in good condition. This is it. From Golden Book. It's a Garfield Golden Book. It doesn't have the border, but it's Garfield the Big Star. And it's a 3-part. Oh no! It's 3 books. All right, this is a 3-pack. God, I almost knocked over my drink. This is a 3-pack of books and tapes. So it's Garfield Golden Books, Garfield the Big Star, Garfield's Picnic Adventure, Garfield's Longest Cat Nap. That sounds amazing. So these are like the golden book I got last time, but just without the golden book covers. These are similar to like Garfield's Garfield and Friends plots. I think seems like. I wonder if that's what they're based on. Love the little pictures on the back. Well, they reused one of them, and they all come with tapes. I assume maybe narrated by Lorenzo Music. Maybe, I don't know. I'm excited to find out if I can find a tape player. I should buy a Garfield tape player if I can find that. That has to exist. There's a Garfield CD boombox that I can use to listen to these tapes and the whatever that CD that was probably the Frank Welker, whatever that CD was. How do I close this? I'll probably have to throw away this case because it closes in a very particular way that it doesn't really want to do. I picked up one of these Life Garfield books. Not official, I don't think. Life magazine just makes these sometimes. I'm interested to look into it. They have stuff about Garfield's original design, including, I think, maybe have stuff about the John comics. Maybe Norm Nat. There's an old Jim Davis. Norm Nat, and yep, there are the John strips. And this is what particularly interested me was if I can find it. They had a blurb in here about Lasagna Cat. That's how you know it's not official. Hang on. I think I can find it. Yep, there they are. Lasagna Cat. Crazy to see that in a piece of Garfield branded merchandise. But unofficial. This is about the statues, I think, in the back, which I want to see eventually. I saw that in the airport, but I bought it at someone was selling one at the gathering, so that's where I got it. Here's a copy of Garfield's Fun Fest for Nintendo DS. I don't have. Oh, it would probably work on my 2DS, but well, anyway, I haven't seen Garfield's Fun Fest yet, but here this is anyway. I bought that for a reason. Here's a Random House book with some little Easter stickers on the back, a personal touch to it. Okay, now, whatever. This is a book about Garfield the pirate. Yeah. So I'll mark that off. Okay, yeah, here's another one of the pins. This wasn't the one I was looking for, but the one I was looking for is probably in here somewhere. This is a holiday pin. So this will also be in my pin collection back there. That's another stream I should do at some point. I'm thinking of doing more collection streams, like maybe every 4 months, so like 3 times a year, something like that. Sometimes so many different collections. But yeah, Garfield in a stocking. More of the shoelaces. Oh, this is just my wristband that I showed off last year. More of the shoelaces. There's, I think, 2 more sets here. This is a set with different pictures, different Garfield poses. And this is also a set with, oh, this is the same set. So it's a duplicate, so I'm only going to count 1. But I bought them with the other pair of shoelaces, which is a different set. Oh, here it is. The other Garfield pin, and it's sealed too. This is a Garfield hot air balloon pin, 100% pure Garfield, and it's from Albuquerque, 1995. I guess they have like a hot air balloon festival. I sent this to some of my friends in Albuquerque. I guess there's like a hot air balloon festival they have. So I'm gonna send them this pin because they said it looked cool and they couldn't make it to the Garfield gathering. So they'll probably get a kick out of that. This was my I don't think I should count this. This is my lanyard from this year. Maybe I will. You know what? I will, because there's like a design on it. I'll count my lanyard from this year's gathering as well. I will count it. This is another thing they gave out in the registration bag. It's a little, came with a pencil sharpener that's not Garfield branded. I think it's a little coin purse from Sheen. It just says from Sheen. It doesn't say what it is, but I'm pretty sure it's like a little or pencil thing. I don't know. Keep your attitude. I have my own, is what it says. I don't think anyone's watching right now, so I can say Garfield. Oh, no, someone is, so I won't. One of the things I showed off, I got for someone. Okay. Oh, the packaging got beat up a little bit, unfortunately, but did I mark off the pencil case? I'm not sure I did, so I will. This is a set of 18 Christmas ornaments. They're very tiny. And there's 3 of each design too, which I thought I was hoping there'd be more variety, but I mean, if I get a small Christmas tree, this could be good for that. Little Odie figurine, probably from a kid's meal or something. But that's nice. I think maybe only like, no, I have a few little Garfield figurines. I like that this is clearly, this is seen things. I don't know. Like, this has been played with. This has been, you can tell this is like a toy that a kid had. I like that. It's charming. Here's one of the figurines I have. And here's another one. This was part of they gave out like a little box of mints, and this was glued to it. This little Garfield like cake topper or something. Pretty much everything I'm showing off here is from the Garfield Gathering because I probably had like less than 10 new things that I got between the last Garfield Gathering and this one. Last time I showed off my one Jim Davis. Oh, that's interesting. My one Jim Davis Garfield the movie trading card from Pacific Trading Cards. They gave out a pack of, and I specifically said I only wanted that one trading card. And I saw someone selling a box of the Pacific Trading Cards, but I didn't get it, forgive me, because I only really wanted the one Jim Davis card. But they gave out a pack of them this year, so now I have a few more. This one has Pet Force on it. I'm only counting the pack as one thing. Pet Force, Garfield on exercise, working out just isn't working out. I didn't get that for a second. This is the classic John lounging pose. This one's pretty good. Another Garfield the movie card. It's Garfield eating flavor blasted goldfish crackers, pigging out on them. And it says, "Never trust a smiling cat." They don't say that in the movie. That's just a classic Garfield phrase. This is this a sticker? Because this is a little lighter. It feels like a sticker. I think it is. One of Garfield's fun facts, one of Garfield's 9 lives was Sam Spade Private Eye. Is that a reference to Garfield's 9 Lives, the book or special or whatever? I still need to read that. I want a copy of it. That's been on my list for a while. I don't know why I didn't look for it at the gathering. Someone surely had another copy of Garfield's 9 Lives. Some of this stuff I just don't think of. But some of the big things on my list I did get this year, which was nice. And some of the people I was with, same for them. Garfield Gathering is pretty great for that type of thing. Oh, here in the pocket here. What's this? Ooh, this was a great thing I picked up. I'm gonna have to install this on something somewhere in my apartment. It's a light switch. Okay, well, there it goes out. Oh, it comes with like decorative screws too. Oh, that's so nice. The like screws are painted to match. That's awesome. That's really cool. They include screws that will match the design. It's got Garfield climbing up a tree and giving apples to Odie. That's not something they would do. I don't really get that at all, but that's I love that. I love this light switch a lot. I don't want to lose the screws. Hang on a second. There's like they include somewhere to fasten them so they won't get lost. Some of these packages, it's just so old that the glue just like easily comes apart. If you tried to open them when they were new, it would rip the packaging apart. They had bingo on 2 nights this year, so they gave out these Garfield bingo doppers marker. This is this bingo marker, and it's got Sleepy Pajama Garfield on there. This will probably not be good to use anymore at some point. But it will still have Garfield on it, so I'll keep it. Little Garfield nightlight. It works. Oh, Okay, we're fine. I don't really have anywhere to plug it in. That would be good. My sibling has some kids. I asked them if they wanted it, so that help get them into Garfield. So I might give it to them if they want it. Because I don't want to. Otherwise, because I just don't think I'd have a good space for it. Is the thing. But if they want it, then that's a good home for it. But if they don't, I don't want to just give it away. But I won't mark it off in that case because I'll probably give it to them. Here is the bag has the logo on it. It's a logo. It's a puzzle that I think is also just the logo for this year's Garfield Gathering. Here's one of the pieces. More pieces. Yeah, it's just this year's Garfield Gathering logo as a puzzle. I thought there would be like a race game or something with this, but it was just a puzzle they were giving out. This was something I had my eye on at the last Garfield Gathering. I don't know why I didn't get it. I'm not sure in what context I saw it, but I saw it again this year in the room of the person who was selling their entire collection. So I had to pick it up because this is one of the few pieces of Garfield merchandise that has the original Garfield design on it. It's an ornament. It says vintage 1978 Garfield. There's a few of these designs. This is from the Garfield and Odie. Kurt Adler stuff. There were a lot of plushes from them, but this is an ornament, and they had a few of these, but this is, I think they only had one with the original design on it. Maybe. Here's a little notepad. This was probably given out. Or no. Oh, no. I remember why I got these. Originally, so there's two of these. And there's also two of these notepads. The reason I have so many Garfield notepads is because I had originally bought one of these suitcases from the same person I got this light switch from, and I think the night light. And some other stuff. The Band-Aids, I think. I had gotten one of the suitcases. But then at the swap meet, I got it from the room, but then at the swap meet, I saw someone else was selling like a full set of these suitcases. And the one I had gotten was a little bit smaller. And I needed as big a suitcase as possible to be able to fit everything I had gotten. So since I didn't want to just say, "Oh, give me take it back, give me my money back," I was like, "Here, take the suitcase back, and I will try to pick out some stuff that will come up to the same price." And I don't think I even did. I think I probably just threw away some money there, but yeah, I just picked up some notepads. They didn't have a lot left at that point. They did have a Garfield cat bed at one point that I really wanted, but I was afraid I wouldn't have room for it. And then when I decided, whatever, I don't care if I have room, I'm just going to get it anyway, they had already gotten rid of it at that point. So that's still something I really want, is the cat bed. Would be good for my plushes and stuff. This was one of the things that was on. This was the thing that when I was in the room of the person who was selling their entire collection, I was like, let me look at my wish list and see, just ask them, do you have this from the list, and go through the list. In fact, I think what it was is I saw they had a box full of watches, and I was like, I bet they have the watch that I'm looking for in here. It looks like they were selling it for 20, but honestly, fine, because I really wanted this watch. This is a Garfield the movie watch that I had my eye on for a while, and it's probably cheaper than what it was going for online. It's got a picture of the movie Garfield in there. Design on the wrist strap says "Come see me in the fur." Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure why I liked this watch design so much, but I do, and I'm glad I was able to. I just really like that. I was like, I bet they have this, and then I checked, and they did, and I finally have it. And it's a watch that's a little bit more practical to. Actually, no, I don't know, because the wrist strap is kind of brittle at this point because it's old. So I don't know if I would wear it around, but it's like better to wear around than the other Garfield watch I have, which just like clicks open all the time. Even though that is kind of a more charming design in a way. I don't know. I like them both. One is digital and one is analog, so there's that too. Here is a balloon. There goes the light switch. Ran it over with my chair. It's sweltering. I gotta take off my sweatshirt. I will probably keep this balloon, so I'll mark it off. I don't know where I'm going to put it, but I don't know where I'm going to put any of this stuff, so. I feel like the necklace looks weird without the jacket, so I'm going to take that off as well. I don't know why. Just feel like it does. Okay. Oh, sorry. This I thought was interesting. It's a book called I Can't Think Now I'm Working by Jim Davis. This is essentially Garfield as Dilbert. Every one of these in here is like something you would see inside. It even says for such and such from such and stuff. Like it's essentially trading not trading cards, greeting cards. This is like greeting card stuff in here. Time is money, and I could use both. This is office worker Garfield. Don't worry, I'm on top of it. I'll have those faxes to you by 5. I'm like, all I can think of going through this is Homestar Runner Office Dullard, that their take on Dilbert, or like the Biz Kaz Fry stuff from Homestar Runner in general. Homestar Runner, if you don't know, is like one of my other favorite things. Probably more than Garfield, but they don't have as much Homestar Runner merch as Garfield. But that's the tote bag I bring around all the time is Homestar Runner. On roadkill on the information superhighway. This is honestly probably in the top 10 or 15 things I picked up this year. That may sound low, but I did pick up a lot of stuff this year that I really liked. This I'm really happy with because I don't know. This is not something I was aware of as part of Garfield history. Yeah, Andrews and McMeal gift books. So it's a greeting card book essentially. 1996. So like right in the rise of Dilbert era. This is like clearly like Garfield Dilbert. I love this so much. Who needs Dilbert when we have this? Scott Adams, retire. We have I can't think now, I'm working. This is great. That I was able to pick this up. Oh my god, this is like the color edition. This is for PC. This is gonna be great. So okay, I have to explain a little bit. I have to get not personal, but like I have to for this collection stream, I've been mostly just saying stuff that's like for context, for direct context of this Garfield merch, and like, well, anyway, I'm about to talk about my gaming videos a little bit. So I did a Garfield trivia game series. Still doing it kind of. There's an episode I recorded that I haven't put out yet, but Garfield trivia game is one of the first Garfield games that was made for Apple II computers, whatever. And I did a few episodes with various Garfield people I know. And then I decided to do, even though that didn't work out that well, and I'm still doing them, but it's not a game that really is good. It has a lot of replayability, even if you play it with different people. But I'm kind of stuck with the format. But anyway, to complement that, I started doing a Create with Garfield series with different Garfield artists I know. And so when I saw a physical edition of Create with Garfield Deluxe Edition, I had to pick it up, not just because, not just to have this and to have a copy of the game that I don't know if I could find online. It's in full color as opposed to Apple II, which was like more so black and white, and it's for PC. But I'm not gonna be able to use it actually because this is a floppy disk. So I don't know. I guess it is just kind of just for decorations. But disc 2 and everything. No, I am happy to have picked this up. And especially with the manual here, this is going to be a good companion for those videos if I do more, which I want to. There's an activities booklet. There's a lot of stuff that complements this here. I should get a copy of Garfield Trivia Game if I can find it. But importantly, oh my god, and I didn't even realize there were other copies of Garfield Trivia Game that were released besides the one for Apple II. This was what I was about to say is they have information on Garfield Trivia Game here, which is something I couldn't find any information about online. I found this in the room of the person who's selling their entire collection, and I was with Quentin, and I was like, oh my god. Because Quentin and I had in one of the Garfield Trivia Game videos, and when I saw this, it literally has the Garfield Trivia Game logo, which when I was doing my videos, I could not find. This is the first time I've seen the cover of the game, Garfield Trivia Game. It's not online, so it's not lost media, but to me, it practically is. And Quentin said they had a copy with the cover, so maybe I'll get a scan of the cover. But this is the first time I was seeing it, so I was like, I have to get this. And I believe, let me mark this off. There were some more games I got in that pile. Here I have, I'm not going to mark this off yet because I'm not showing it off yet, but there's a Garfield lunchbox and there's some more stuff in here. So I have to open it to get to these other games. When I saw the pile of games, I had to show it to Quentin because they're collecting one copy of every Garfield game. And I think there were some in the pile that they didn't have yet. I think it was probably these that I have right now. They had multiple copies of these. This is Garfield. It's all about numbers and counting. So this is a game for PC. I didn't have. There were games. I pretty much only got the games that were for PC because I was like, Garfield's Fun Fest for DS. I don't have a DS. I mean, I do, but I can't record it. Like, I can't do a stream or video of this copy, you know. So the reason I got Garfield's Fun Fest for DS is for Tad. I'm going to send it to Tad. I don't know if they have a. I'm saying that now because Tad's not watching anymore. That's why I was checking if people were watching earlier. But they might watch this later and it gets spoiled. I don't know. Oops, whatever. Tad, if you are watching this later, let me know if you have a copy before I send it, I guess, because I might just sell it online instead. If you do. Here's the other one. Garfield, It's All About Reading and Phonics. These are both volume 1, so I assume there's multiple volumes of these. But anyway, good to have these copies of Garfield games. In case I can't find them online. But since Quentin's going to have a copy of each of these, maybe anything I can't find, I could ask them about. Speaking of which, they pointed this out for me. I didn't see it in the room of the person who's selling their entire collection. I had completely missed this. This was something they already had a copy of, and I was telling them I wanted a copy of, and they go for a lot online, but this person just had a copy in their room and selling it for $15, pretty good price for what it is. Boom, Sonic and Garfield pack. This is an amazing find for me. And Baku Baku. Baku Baku is also part of it. Why don't they put Baku Baku on the cover? Special bonus. This is I'm not like, I don't collect Sonic stuff. I do like Sonic, but I've been playing the games, and in fact, Sonic 3 and Knuckles is the next main series one I have to play. So good to have a copy. This is just Sonic and Knuckles, so I'm not sure if I'm gonna check this out or not, but this is a Sonic and Knuckles collection is a gamer's dream with Sonic the Hedgehog 3, Sonic 3 and Knuckles, and Sonic and Knuckles. See, I'm not a good Sonic fan because I still don't know what that means. And then the other game here is Garfield. That's what it's called. Just Garfield. So that's a game I probably want to play eventually too. Yeah, this is a fantastic find for me. Thank you, Quentin, for pointing that out. Really happy I got a copy of that. That's everything that's in this suitcase other than what's in this lunchbox. Remember I said I was carrying around an old suitcase that was really hurting my hand? Part of the reason I pointed that out is because this is literally the same exact type of suitcase. The handle here is arguably even more uncomfortable to carry around. But look at it. I mean, so I still don't really have any good suitcases, except for that. Since I ended up having to take a plane back, I had to buy a $30 duffel bag for the rug and stuff like that. I knew that was going to happen. This was another great deal I got from Barbara, who was the person selling their entire collection. I feel like it's just easier to say the name if I'm I don't know. I'm not always. I'm not always saying people's names in these. I'm not sure why. It's not a secret or anything. I think I usually I tend to talk that way in general, just for err on the side of privacy or whatever. But anyway, Barbara, who was selling their entire collection, they had a stack of Garfield postcards. I got this entire stack of Garfield postcards, and I'm just gonna count it as one item because I don't even want to try to count all these, and I'm also just been giving them out like willy nilly. But I got the entire stack for $5. And later on, I saw the price tag, and it was more like 20 or something, but I didn't want to correct them because I was like, oh, 5, fine. Because, well, okay, I think usually I would be like, oh, actually, it was this much, but I had already spent so much money in their room. So I'm just like, look, if I can get that good of a deal, if they're willing to part with it for 5, I'm just gonna take it. I'm just gonna take it for 5. But usually I would be more honest about that. The thing is, I had already bought it at that point as well. So I'm just like, look, whatever. That was the new price they came up with, so that's the price that I'll take it for. Haggling, you know. And these have all sorts of Garfield designs as well. Like what? It's weird. When is the copyright on this, huh? I don't know, but this is a modern Garfield design. And then this is like an old Garfield design. I'll pull out a few random ones. What is this big one? There's like a big one that they are kind of different sizes, but there's this there's 2 really big ones that stick out. Maybe these are the ones I'll send to Wyatt and Tad. Top secret, read, memorize, eat. I hate it when you're not there. Trapeze. These 2 ones kind of ruin the structure of the pile a little bit, I guess. Make it less structurally sound. My stress is bigger than your stress. I love this pile. I honestly don't even want to give out any of these because I just love being able to, like, hey, what do we got here? It's the thought that counts. Hey, what do we got here? Stuff it. I can see some duplicates though. One long distance hug. Here it is again. Magic trick. But yeah, I've been giving these out to an extent. I think I'll be a little bit more choosy with it in the future. I was carrying some of these earlier. I should have given one to the people who wanted to take pictures of me with the Garfield outfit. That probably would have made their day. I wish I had thought of that. Look at that. Peace on Earth. Why does Arlene look like that in this? That's crazy. Rats. These are fantastic. Did I mark it off already? I'm gonna assume I did. So I'm worried about putting a rubber band around it because of I'm not gonna do it. In fact, because I don't want the rubber band to press into the sides or anything. And here's the lunchbox. Another thing that I was like, I got when I was at the point where I was like, I'll either have room or I won't. Whatever. Not only is it's the one of the with I love this design. Garfield, just a bunch of food. Oh, comes with the thermos as well. Is the thing. This is from the Thermos Company lunchbox. Labeled as well. I'm not sure this would be actually good for bringing around for lunch, though, is the thing. So it's like pretty much exclusively decorative because it's such an old. Please refocus. It's such an old lunchbox design. Please refocus. Maybe if I do this. No, I don't want to do that. Fine. Okay. Nope. Still out of focus. That was just on there for a second for no reason. Whoa, okay. Well, here's the design, and then maybe pull it back and hey, all right, fixed it. This is an old thermos, and their new thermoses or new containers like this are more liquid tight. I feel like this would leak pretty easily. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know, but I also feel like this could not get clean enough for my. I'm not a germaphobe or anything, but I am like, if something's a little bit, if I see any like dirt or stains on something at all, I'm like, I don't want to eat out of that. So I don't know if this would ever be clean enough for me to want to eat out of it. So I'm not actually sure why I got it. It's not really practical. I have no room for it. Although I have an Adventure Time lunchbox, and I just fill it full of knickknacks and stuff, and I love that lunchbox. This is probably a little bit harder to use in that regard, especially with the thermos. So I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen with that. It's not exactly rare merchandise that I could sell. And I don't want to because I do like it. I just don't know what I'm going to do with it. Not a lot left. We got some plushes here. Actually, the plushes I have on the end of the bed, the ones I usually have are right there. I put them on a chair. I replaced them with just all my Garfield plushes. Not as many as you think, right? This what I have here is like a third of what's already there, or more. Oh, there was one like rainbow plush similar to this, a little bit bigger, that came in the registration bag. I gave that to my buddy Elena because they drove like 5 hours to come pick me up from the hotel after I missed my bus, which I was very grateful for. And I didn't really want it that much anyway. It wasn't really my style. Neither is this, but actually I have friends visiting next month, so maybe I'll give them this. So I'm not going to mark it down. But I mean, I like the color. It's just kind of a cheap claw machine or carnival game plush. I feel like it has more value if you give it to someone as a gift. Which is why I like this one so much. This is probably not something I would usually get for myself, but it was one of the plushes they were giving out for the raffle. It was a set of like 4 of these in different colors. And Mercedes, one of the people I was sitting with at the Garfield gathering for all the nights, it wasn't a raffle. It was whoever collected the most Garfield bucks. And Quentin and Mercedes sort of pooled together, and they got the set. Um, and the four of us in the group each got one of them. So that makes this a little more special. This is like to remember this year of the Garfield gathering. So I really like this plush. It's so big too. I think it's my biggest Garfield plush. Is the thing. I didn't mark. Yeah, I'll mark that one down. This is an Odie plush. There is a little bit of a story to this one. The movie theater I go to has a claw machine with a few Garfield plushes in it right now. Modern plushes with the Nickelodeon logo above the Garfield logo there. I've tried like once or twice, maybe 3 times. Claw machines are a ripoff, so I was like, once or twice, that's it. I'll try, I think probably only twice I tried. Especially because they were pretty generic. So yeah, and I could it was one of the claw machines where it's like, this here's me emulating what the claw machine does. No, that's more of a grip than it actually does. Like, that's literally the type of grip that it does. So after 2 attempts, I was like, all right, that's it. But one of the employees at the movie theater, I saw one day as I was waiting for my the next movie I was going to see. I saw them. It's like $1 each try, and I saw them sink like $10 into it, trying specifically to get the Garfield plushes. It's not just Garfield plushes in there. There's also Ghostbusters plushes, which is interesting because Lorenzo Music voiced. Well, whatever, and they were trying for the Garfield plushes, not even the Odie one. They tried like 10 times. And I was like, surely they would know if they work here that these machines don't work. So maybe they were testing it. I don't know. Well, here's what makes me think they were just testing it is because eventually the last thing they tried to get the Odie one time and it worked. And I was standing there and I like clapped a little bit, I guess, and they were like, "Here, you want it?" Of course, I'm wearing my like Garfield hoodie and stuff, so clearly they know that it's going to a good home. And I'm like, "Yes, thank you." That was nice. And when I was talking to someone about this. I think it was someone who might even fills claw machines, I think, or something. I don't know. At the Garfield gathering. Oh yeah. It was someone who the spouse of the person who was selling their collection. They work in a bowling alley. So yeah, they were telling me about claw machines. They like tighten after a certain amount of attempts are done in the claw machine. Like they will continuously, the grip will tighten a little bit more. So eventually, after enough attempts, someone will get one. So it's not a complete ripoff. So maybe that's what they were testing for, and that's why they just gave me this. I imagine that's probably what was going on, something like that. But that was nice. That was a nice thing that happened. I mentioned I won the centerpiece on the first night of the Garfield Gathering this year. It was a nice homemade wooden centerpiece. Adam, one of the people I was sitting with, won the second night centerpiece, which was like a wooden Odie centerpiece. First night was like a wooden Garfield centerpiece. And I didn't really, I wasn't sure I would have room for everything. If I had tried to take that wooden centerpiece, I definitely would not have had room for it, even in the duffel bag, probably. And also, it had like a loose plastic birthday cake component. with actual sprinkles glued to it that were falling off, and were probably perishable. So I traded it to Adam. Even though I don't really collect the Dakin plushes that much, because that's a rabbit hole I don't need to go down. That was mostly what Adam had, so I traded for one of these Dakin plushes of Scuba Garfield, and this is a classic Garfield Dakin plush. Like this is one of the ones that I do really like. So I'm glad to have it. It's really charming with the like 2D design, you know. And then this other Dakin plush I got. You know what? I'll hold off on that for a moment. Let me show off the rug I got. This I bought from Quentin. And this probably is the biggest thing that I picked up. But like I said, if it weren't for that rug, I was able to get everything. Like I strapped the rug to my backpack and I had the plushes wrapped up in the rug. So I was able to have everything basically in my luggage, which I was surprised I was able to pull off. Unfortunately, the airplane's more strict than the bus, so it didn't work out. And I had to buy more luggage and pay for the extra spots and everything. But that's a nice rug. I'm gonna put it in my living room. The design, like the image, it's like a cheap kind of rug, honestly. Which I think why they were getting rid of it. The material's kind of cheap. The design is kind of generic, but that's good, honestly. I can put it in my living room and I don't have to care that much if it gets ruined. And I think I got it for like 10. So that's a good deal for me. The auction, this year's auction. Last year I won that scale for $80. Sorry, that's my alarm. I won the Garfield scale for $80, which I was very happy with. Partially, I don't know if I would have been happy spending 80 on it, but someone gave me some money to spend on the auction as well. The people at the Garfield Gathering are very nice, very generous. And I think someone even gave me some money after I won something in the auction this year as well, which was very nice of them. This is what I won in the auction this year. I'm about to show it off. I had marked off some of the things that I was interested in the auction. Unfortunately, the other people were interested too, particularly Jerry and Gary, who most often, especially Jerry, win like every item in the auction. I was interested in the movie lot. They were giving these out in the raffles every night too, but it was like some Garfield movie marbles and some of the figures that came in the Goldfish Crackers promotion at the time. There was a keyboard and mouse with Garfield on it. I also wrote for each of the ones I was interested in. I wrote like the price that I could find online, so I wouldn't like go over that. There was a Garfield the movie plush of some kind, a cutting board, a clay mask from Spencer's, like a Halloween mask, but like a clay model of one. Bathroom rugs. I don't know what I would have done with that, but I was interested in that. I didn't win any of those. Unlike with the scale, which is something I really did want, and I was glad to get it. The one thing I won was there were one or two things I just spontaneously bet on in the heat of the moment. And what I won was, I don't know, I'm looking it up. I can show. It was the heat of the moment. Mainly it was this Garfield bop bag, sealed in box, but I am interested in it, and I do kind of want to open it. There was this, and also this Dakin plush of a boxer Garfield. I got both of these for $50, which is a lot for me. It was, compared to most of the stuff in the auction, that's like one of the low prices. I think I was the only one who bid on it. Maybe no, I wasn't. I don't know. I feel like there was some. I was thinking I could probably have gotten it for like 45 or something, like lower. Because that's how it goes sometimes. But anyway, I didn't really want the plush. I just wanted this, and this is not worth 50. But I was thinking I could probably sell this to someone for like who collects the plushes for like 20 or 30. I think someone else. I think the reason I started bidding is because someone else started bidding, and I was like, "Ooh, I bet they want the plush. I can get this and then sell them the plush." But turns out they were also going for the bot bag, and they already had the plush. So really, I paid 50 for just this, and I don't really want this. And maybe I can sell it online. I mean, it's good, but like I said, I don't really collect the Dakin plushes. Anyway, I'll mark off both of those because I do have them for now anyway. There's, I believe, 3 more items. Three? Why did I say 3? Should be, well, no, it's not 3. Why did I say 3? It's 2. By the way, here's there were like coloring sheet contests every night. Here is the one that I had time to do. Not part of my collection or anything. Actually, yeah, this is fan art that I did of Garfield for myself. So there you go. It's another addition to my collection, according to Roger Bumpus logic. Yeah. It did not win. Mercedes won. They did a really good job. They deserved it more. I think that's who I voted for in it as well. Why did I say 3? I'm pretty sure there's only 2 things left. Yeah, there's only 2 things left. But, well, this is a stack of things. I think maybe I thought there were 2 of them, but there's more than 2. And then there's the other thing. Whatever. Anyway, these I found in one of the rooms. I have 4 of them. So let me just mark that off now. These are catalogs. I didn't mean to do a pun there, but whatever. Garfield stuff catalogs. These are literally Garfield merchandise catalogs, and I had never seen these before. And I'm so excited to go through these and see, and like basically just have these like tangible like versions of the Garfield Gathering. Basically, like I can just flip through these and it's like looking through someone's room at the Garfield Gathering or someone's table at the swap meet. And they're for different eras as well. Like this is from when the movie was released. This is from fall 1997. This is from holiday 1999. This is a back to school one. And there's more online, I think. And there's probably not scans online. There might be, but I think I'm going to be probably one of the first people to scan them in. I'm going to try to scan them in, and I think I'm going to contribute well to some of the Garfield archive information online. Because there's probably not record of all of this merchandise online. Probably most of the information we have for Garfield merchandise online is just stuff that people have sold on eBay. And I'm willing to bet not every one of these items has been resold on eBay or other similar sites. So this is valuable information. Not only for that, but also look at the Jim Davis images we have in here. I think this is real. I don't think this is photoshopped. I think this is a real image of Jim Davis modeling some of the Garfield back to school merch for what year? God, what year? 1998. So this is Jim Davis in 1998 modeling a Garfield t-shirt. It looks photoshopped, doesn't it? But I don't think it is. Something about the pose looks photoshopped. Anyway, this is very I'm very interested in going through these. Looking through this, I saw one of the massager. I have that. I'm really wondering how much of this stuff is just not even online. Here's the the coasters that I got last year. A bag clip, that's really nice. There now I'm showing off a collection of stuff I don't even have. I'm gonna be going through these and I'm gonna be like, oh, I wish I had that. I wish I had that. I would my God, there's some real expensive stuff in here too. Actually, no, it just looks expensive. Jewelry. I'm trying to see like. Here's the comic book maker I bought before. Every book in the Garfield Pet Force collection, or books 1 through 4. I think there might be a 5th one as well. The joke books. I'm trying to find an example of something where I'm like, oh, I would buy that for that price. But honestly, for as much Garfield merchandise as there is, that I'm like, oh my God, that's so good, I need that, or I'm so glad I got that. There is also a ton of stuff where I'm like, this would just be clutter in my house. I really don't need this because I'm not that type of collector. Hey, it's the 3D collectible plate. Oh my God, that's worth $50. I won that in the last Garfield Gathering. Damn. Okay. I don't think it'd be worth $50 now. I don't know. I mean, it is like shrink wrapped, like it's in great condition, but I don't know. Does anyone besides like the hardcore collectors really want it? And they probably already have it. I don't know. I'm glad to have it. But I would not pay $50 for it. But that's me. I'm not one of the hardcore collectors, honestly. Can you believe it? After watching this my second 2-hour Garfield collection stream, like This, what I have, this is nothing compared to the real collectors that I've encountered. Oh my god, yeah. This was one of the other. Look at this. This is this other picture of Jim Davis. This is insane. This is like. That's what makes these so worth preserving. I feel like. Oh, Garfield, Norman Rockwell. All right. Okay, sorry. I'll stop looking at these. This is I'm like wasting a lot of time just looking at this. Although that's it. Other than this last thing, which is, well, I'm gonna yeah, I'll show off the thing and then I'll tally everything. All right. So this last thing I have here, it's in the thumbnail anyway, so it's not that secret. You can probably see it lurking in the background of the thumbnail for the stream. Any more water? Not really. Okay. This is not a Garfield water bottle, unfortunately. That's another thing I need. This is something. This was one of my most wanted Garfield items. Whatever. I'll stop beating around the bush. I'll just show it off because I feel like I can't talk about it. The nuance of what I wanted here without showing off exactly what it is. So, boom! Here it is, the Garfield phone, the classic Garfield phone, the one, the only, not the only. That's what I want to talk about. Could use some cleaning a little bit, but I actually saw another really good one in the catalog. That was not the exact type, not the exact same version as this, but yeah, you put the receiver down, and close their eyes, opens their eyes. This is so good. I'm so glad to have this, even though I don't think I could try to plug it in right now and see what happens, but into the internet, I don't think that does anything. It's not worth trying, really. What the hell? I'll try. Let's see. Wait. Oh, I think I need another. How does this work? Oh, that's creepy. That's creepy. Where does this go? Surely I don't just plug this into the. How does this work? Because this is part of it. I think this is usually how the call hangs up, right? Or is it this? I guess it's this. This is designed a little bit differently than phones usually are. This part just does the eyes, and then this part hangs it up. So the whole phone is right here. All right, I'm going to try to plug it in to just the internet, so I don't think it's going to do anything. Let's see. It might just be broken as well. Which is why I got it for so cheap. So I found this. This was literally just lying around. This was in the other room that had a lot of really good deals. The room I got all those hats for $5 each. It's the room where I got that lunchbox, the pajama pants, the shoelaces. Shout out to Joe for those really good deals. And then this was just lying around. They had two lying around. One was one of the other Garfield phones that is really the only one I usually see listed online. When I look for, a lot of these collectors, they'll like search online, and that's how they got a lot of their stuff. Is they'll like, online auctions and stuff like that. Me, if I see a piece of Garfield merchandise or any stuff, anything I really think looks cool online, I just add it to my wish list and then don't get it because I can't afford that. I gotta save up all my money for the Garfield gathering. That's where the real deals are. So I'll search Garfield phone so I can put it on my wish list, and it'll be like the one with the claws out, where the eyes don't close; they're just like permanently open. And that's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the classic, polluting the beaches of France Garfield phone. That's what I want. If you don't know, a shipping container of these got lost in the ocean around the beaches of France, and these were washing up for years before they found the shipping container and realized where they were coming from. That is something that's actually what I want even more. That's like my dream Garfield phone, is to have one of those phones that wash up on the beaches of France. Now I could kind of mimic that in a way if I just let this like soak in the ocean a little bit and cover it in sand and shit. Sorry, I think that's the only time I've sworn in this besides reading what it said on the pin. Anyway, sorry. But no, I want the authentic one from the beaches of France. That's one of my most wanted Garfield items. But still was just one of the regular phones. Whoop. Trying to, come on, focus again. Although the kind of fuzziness in the background with this, like this would just be a good thumbnail on its own too. Come on. Whatever. Anyway, all right, they're great. When I would see these online, they were going for like over $100 each. Not even in the box, and with like scratches on them. And this has some paint chipped, but like the front looks mostly pretty good. The eyes function, and I don't know. Did I say this? I got this for like 15. Like an amazing deal for what this is. An amazing deal. The only thing is, Quentin was apparently looking for one of these too. Quentin also didn't have one of these because, like I said, they're not rare, but when they are listed online, they're like $100. For the good ones, and that's when they are listed online, which is not often. But the person who was selling their entire collection had one in box for 20, and I only saw that after I had already gotten this one. So I was like, oh, I should have paid. I should have waited. I could have gotten this one for 5 more. But I thought if I didn't get this, I wouldn't have another chance. So what are the odds someone else was going to be selling one of these for like 15? Pretty good at the Garfield gathering, apparently. So there's one in box for 20. It probably would have been in even better condition. And then no, there was a third one. When I was room hopping, Quentin mentioned they wanted the phone. I was about to say, oh, there's one upstairs, but then the person whose room we were in was like, oh, I have one just over there. So casually, like this, we were both looking for one of these because it's so rare ish. Because Quentin has a substantial collection, like better, like compared to mine. Although I don't know, I have a lot now. I don't know, but I don't have like a huge amount of plushes or anything because that's not what I go for as much. And they got all the games pretty much. at this point, most of them. But anyway, there's just one over there. And they were gonna sell it for like 30, but I was like, actually, and I kind of regret it. You know what I should have done is I should have been like, hey, I'll sell you the one I already have for 15, and then I should have bought the one in the box for 20. They didn't even believe me at first. I was like, because it is kind of unbelievable that there would just be one in box, probably unopened or maybe unused, for just 20. So because it's such a good deal. And that was the one Quentin got, I guess. I undermined the person who was trying to sell one for like 30 out of the box. But that's the way these things go, I guess. But I'm happy it went to a good home, and I'm happy I got one. We both got a Garfield phone. That's pretty much everything. Let me count up. So I had 79 during the last stream, and now I have that's actually surprising because I had the count for this stream is 80, which is one more than I had before. Keep in mind, that wasn't just my collection from the last Garfield gathering. That was the collection from my entire life up to Garfield gathering. And then this one's from the past 2 years, and then this previous Garfield gathering. Clearly, I got a lot more stuff at this last Garfield gathering. So 80 plus 80, 160. So 159 items in my Garfield collection. I guessed 112, right? So still way off on the wrong end, which I figured that might be the case. But Chad guessed 106, which is also wrong. That's it, 159. I gotta put all this stuff away or take a picture of everything or something. It's past midnight now, so I gotta go to sleep as well. Thanks for tuning in. I'll probably do another collection stream showing off my pins or my hats or my Snapple bottles if I have those all cleaned or whatever yet, or my milk crates or my snack wrappers or my bin of toys from when I was a kid, or my books or my DVDs. There's so many different collections I could show off. Let me know which one you want me to show off next, and I'll probably do another Garfield. I'll probably do another collection stream in a couple months, maybe like December or January. I don't know, something. Yeah. See ya.